Welcome back, MVP Road Car family. Today we're diving into one of the most anticipated machines in modern muscle, the 2026 Ford Mustang Eleanor. This isn't just another car review, it's a journey through power, design, and emotion. The Eleanor name is legendary, rooted in history and Hollywood fame, and now it's been reimagined for a new generation. So buckle up, because we're going to explore every detail, from the aggressive exterior to the refined interior, from the growl of the engine to the final verdict on price and value. Right from the moment you lay eyes on the 2026 Ford Mustang Eleanor, you know it's something special. The car commands attention like few others on the road. Ford's design team has clearly worked to blend the soul of the classic Eleanor with the sharp precision of modern engineering. The front fascia carries a sense of heritage, wide, muscular, and purposeful. The signature grille sits low and menacing, framed by razor-thin LED headlights that give it a fierce expression. The hood features deep sculpted lines and functional vents that aren't just for show, they help with cooling that powerful engine underneath. The stance of the car is aggressive, wider than before, hugging the road with a dominant posture. From the side, you notice the long hood and the fastback roofline that defines the Mustang DNA. The proportions scream performance. It's low, sleek, and powerful. The wheel arches are muscular, filled with 20-inch alloys wrapped in high-performance rubber. The character lines along the doors flow smoothly toward the rear, creating an illusion of motion even when the car is standing still. Around back, you get that signature tri-bar taillight design, but this time more modern and sculpted with sequential LED lighting. Quad exhaust tips peek out from the rear diffuser, ready to unleash that thunderous V8 soundtrack. A subtle rear spoiler gives the right balance between elegance and aggression, staying true to the Eleanor legacy. Every angle of the 2026 Eleanor feels like a piece of art, sculpted by both nostalgia and technology. Even the small details, the Eleanor badging, the matte or gloss black stripes, the brushed aluminum accents, all contribute to a sense of craftsmanship. It's not just a car you drive, it's one you admire even when parked. The design is both modern and timeless, and that's not an easy balance to achieve. Now step inside, and the blend of classic inspiration and futuristic design continues. The cabin of the 2026 Ford Mustang Eleanor feels like a cockpit, immersive, driver-focused, and refined. You're greeted with a mix of high-quality materials, leather, aluminum, and carbon fiber. The steering wheel is thick and grippy, with Eleanor stitching that reminds you this is no ordinary Mustang. Behind it sits a fully digital 12.4-inch instrument cluster, which can be customized to show performance data, navigation, or a classic analog look for purists. At the center, there's a large 13.2-inch infotainment screen, slightly tilted toward the driver for easy access. The interface is quick, intuitive, and supports wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, voice commands, and over-the-air updates. You can control everything from performance modes to ambient lighting through this screen. The ambient lighting is another subtle touch, soft. Customizable hues that create a perfect mood whether you're cruising at night or tearing down a track. The seats are pure performance art, bolstered, comfortable, and finished in premium leather with contrast stitching. The Eleanor edition may feature exclusive patterns or embossed logos. The front seats can be heated and ventilated, while the driver's seat memory function adds convenience. In higher trims, Ford's partnership with Recaro continues, meaning you get that perfect blend of comfort and lateral support for spirited driving. The sound system is also worth mentioning, a premium 12-speaker B&O setup that delivers studio-quality clarity when you're not listening to the roar of that engine. Even though the Mustang remains a two-door coupe, Ford has ensured decent practicality. The rear seats aren't huge, but they're usable for short trips or extra luggage space when folded down. The trunk space is surprisingly good for a sports car, capable of holding a couple of bags for a weekend getaway. Overall, the interior of the 2026 Eleanor is where luxury meets muscle. It's not just about speed, it's about the experience of being inside a car that feels both powerful and personal. And speaking of power, let's talk performance, the heart and soul of the 2026 Ford Mustang Eleanor. Under that sculpted hood lies a 5.2-liter supercharged V8 engine, reportedly delivering a jaw-dropping 750 horsepower and around 660 pound-feet of torque. That's a number that pushes it firmly into supercar territory, and yet it remains a true front-engine, rear-wheel drive muscle car at heart. Ford's engineers have fine-tuned the power delivery to be both brutal and controllable. Hit the throttle and the Eleanor roars to life, propelling you from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just about 3.4 seconds. That's faster than many high-end European sports. Car's transmission options include a 6-speed, manual for purists who want that hands-on connection, and a 10-speed, automatic for those who prefer lightning fast. Shifts and daily driving convenience. The car also features multiple drive modes: normal, sport, track, drag, and even custom, allowing you to tailor the throttle response, steering weight, suspension stiffness, and exhaust sound to match your mood. Speaking of sound, the exhaust note is something to experience in person. Deep, throaty, and unapologetically American. It crackles on downshifts, roars on acceleration, and lets everyone around know it's an Eleanor. The adaptive suspension system, likely a version of Ford's Magnaride, helps balance comfort and control. In daily driving, it smooths out rough roads, but switch to sport or track mode, and it tightens up instantly, giving sharp feedback through every turn. The steering feels direct and responsive, and the improved chassis stiffness gives the car confidence through corners. Wide tires and Brembo brakes ensure that all that power can be managed safely, bringing you to a stop just as fiercely as it accelerates. Performance isn't just about raw numbers. It's about how it feels. The 2026 Eleanor feels alive. Every input, throttle, steering, brakes, gets a precise reaction. It's the kind of car that makes you want to take the long way home just to feel it again. Whether you're cruising down the highway or attacking a back road, this Mustang feels planted, engaging, and emotionally charged. Ford's engineers have worked to make it both thrilling and approachable, so even drivers who aren't track veterans can enjoy it. Now, all this performance, luxury, and design come at a price. The 2026 Ford Mustang lineup starts around $32,000 for the EcoBoost models and climbs to around $60,000 for the GT trims. The Dark Horse Edition pushes closer to $70,000, but the Eleanor is in another league. Considering its bespoke design, high-output V8, and exclusivity, estimates place the price well above $100,000, possibly around $120,000 depending on options and markets. That puts it in competition with cars like the Chevrolet Corvette, Porsche 911, and even some lower-end McLarens. But where those cars lean toward refined precision, the Eleanor sells raw emotion and history. It's about presence, not just numbers. So, is it worth it? For enthusiasts who understand what Eleanor represents, a blend of history, performance, and individuality, absolutely. It's not just a car you buy. It's an experience you own. It stands for something bigger than horsepower or price tags. It stands for rebellion, freedom, and passion. The 2026 Ford Mustang Eleanor is the perfect example of how a classic icon can be reborn without losing its soul. In a world moving toward electric silence, Eleanor roars louder than ever, reminding everyone why we fell in love with cars in the first place. The look, the feel, the sound, it all comes together in one unforgettable package. Whether you're admiring it on the street, flooring it on a track, or simply sitting behind the wheel listening to the engine idle, this car makes you feel something real. That's the magic of Eleanor. It's not just a Mustang, it's a statement. And in 2026, Ford has proven that legends don't fade, they evolve. Thanks for watching MVP Road Car. If you loved this deep dive into the 2026 Ford Mustang Eleanor, hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth car reviews, and let me know in the comments what you think about this modern muscle masterpiece. Until next time, drive safe and keep chasing the road.
Thank you.